guys, TriniNatz here. So today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite quotes. So these are basically quotes that have gotten me through some great times and some not so great times. I'm a very kind of like wordy kind of person. I don't know how to put it, but like I like to write. Like if I'm feeling a certain type of way, definitely write a letter, write a poem, write a story. Like that's the way I get my emotions out. That's the way I kind of deal with things sometimes. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know that because I usually like to put like a kind of nice quote or motivational saying or something positive like along with my pictures or whatever, just to inspire anyone. You know, you never know who may need just an encouraging word or just like a push in the right direction. So if you like things like that, my Instagram and my Snapchat will be down below, so you can definitely follow me on there. But for now, we're gonna jump into these. All right, so the first one is "This too shall pass," and it seems very simple. I'm sure this is one that we've heard a gazillion times. I know me, it was drilled into me as a child, and I'm happy that it was, because as simple as that quote is, just reality that at the end of the day, no matter what you're going through, no matter how you feel like that stress on your back, it will pass. No matter how bad it's pouring, no matter how hard it's snowing, the snow must end. The rain has to stop. So whatever you're going through, if it's work, if it's school, if it's relationship problems or your own issues, you will get through this. I feel like it's hard when you're actually in the situation to think of yourself not in the situation anymore, but I feel like that's the only way to kind of get out of that situation. If you want to still be the youthful, beautiful, wonderful person that you were prior to your situation, that after your situation, you want to kind of have that mindset so you don't stress yourself out too much, so you don't worry too much, because stress and worry, it breaks down your body, and that's not what we want. We want to get through those hard times because that's life. Life is not going to just be flowers and daisies and chilling. Like life is going to come with setbacks. That's only making you stronger, and when things are going bad, just remember it will not always be this way. Next quote is, "To be a star, you mustn't be afraid of the shadows or the unknown or the darkness. For in the darkness is when the star shines the brightest. Don't be afraid to sparkle, to go against the grain." And that's basically a quote that I used to focus on my goals and focus on myself. I feel like it's very easy to get lost in what other people are doing and kind of feel like if you're doing something that's against the grain or something that's not like traditional, that it's the wrong thing. And that's a quote to let me know that sometimes you have to step out on that ledge. Sometimes you have to go out of your comfort zone. And I honestly do think that once you go out of your comfort zone is sometimes when life truly starts, but you never really know because you're kind of afraid of that darkness. But at the end of the day, like the quote says, a star cannot shine if there's no darkness. But if you're not willing to put yourself out there and you're not willing to step out into the dark, how will you ever know how bright your star can shine? Don't talk yourself out of it before you even reach there. And you know, sometimes that fearful situation or that situation that you're so unsure about, when you start it, you think it to yourself, why was I even unsure about it? So never be afraid to step out in the darkness. Use your brain, use your mind, use common sense, but also use your heart. And the next quote is, "Have faith in your power." And that's basically a quote that I look to whenever I feel like things aren't going right, or I'm questioning or second guessing myself, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, have faith in yourself, Natalie. Have faith in your power. Don't limit yourself. Don't give yourself a cap. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, they tend to give themselves a cap. Well, I'm not even gonna do that because I'm not gonna make it. Well, you never know. We have the ability to create whatever world we want to create. So have faith in that. Have faith in your power. When you're in a situation and you're feeling sad and you're feeling down or you're feeling negative, have faith in the fact that you do not belong in this negative space. Whoever it is that bothered you or whatever it is that bothered you should not have more power than you. So you mean to tell me you got in an argument with your friend or with your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, and they have so much power over your life that's allowing you to cry, that's allowing you to break down? They got more power over you than you? Understand your power. Learn your power. Even if you feel like crying, even if you feel like balling up your fists and just screaming, you have the power to create whatever you do in that moment. You can decide to scream, you can decide to punch a wall, or you can decide to count to 10, go drink a glass of water, cool off, go read a book, go talk to someone who's going to put you in a positive, happy space, and chill. That's your power. You can do whatever you want to do. What do you choose? The next quote that I absolutely love is, "Your physical being, your physical body cannot reach anywhere until your mind has reached there already." So what does that tell you? That tells you to be careful about what you're putting into your mind, because in actuality, those thoughts are creating your future. Those thoughts are creating your reality. Those thoughts are creating where you take your physical body. It's that serious. If I want to get up right now and go drink some juice, I'm literally right now seeing myself in the kitchen pouring juice. Now I'm going to get up and go do it. But guess what? My mind was there already. So if you want something, you need to put your mind there. I think that's where your mind needs to be. A relationship, a job, school, having a baby, whatever it is that you want. Put your mind there first, because if your mind is not there, you will never get there. It's not until I say to myself, I need a bigger house. Once I pick up the phone and I start calling realtors and I start going to check out different places, and my mind is there. I'm picturing myself in these different places. And you know what? My body will soon follow suit. Tunnel vision on the positive, on where you want to be. Next one I absolutely love, and it goes, just because everyone is going in one direction doesn't mean you should too. What if they're all wrong? I absolutely love that quote because it just makes me feel like, you know what, Natalie, I'm on my journey. Everybody's on their own personal journey, and we have to remember that. I feel like other people in our lives often put us on their timeline, or on the timeline that they think is normal or that they think is correct. But we all have to realize we all have a different journey to follow. We all have a different life to live. So just because everybody else is starting a family at a certain age, or buying a certain pair of shoes, or everybody friending up with Tom, that don't mean you have to friend up with Tom. What if they all wrong? What if Tom is the rat that teething everything inside of the place? You're the only one who ain't friend up with Tom. You know what? You're the only one who leaving with your stuff intact. Because you didn't let other people tell you, yo, Tom is mad cool, yo, Tom is mad cool. Nah, I ain't feeling Tom. Do you? Just because other people are doing whatever it is that they want to do, cool. If you see that that is kind of cool too, and you do want to do that, then cool too. But if you feel like, nah, I ain't really feeling that, and you don't want to do that, then don't. You might be the trailblazer. So everybody wearing white is the new thing, and Natalie wearing purple? Hold up. That purple look alright though. Always remember that when you feel like you're not on track, or when you feel like, dang, everybody else is doing this, am I wrong? Should I do this? Just because everybody getting plastic surgery does not mean you have to do it. And especially when it comes to like social media and stuff like that, because you definitely do see trends. You see trends, all right? There's a point where you'll just see everybody doing something. Pretty much like that old saying, just because so-and-so jump off a bridge does not mean you have to jump off a bridge. Like, have your own mind, do your own thing, and that might be what makes you stand out. You never know. The next one is, every single moment in your life is preparing you for a moment that has yet to come. The power is in understanding this and relishing in every smile, every cry, every laugh. And that's something that kind of makes me feel like no matter how I'm feeling, like, y'all, even if I'm going through whatever it is that I'm going through and I may not be the happiest right now, I have to think to myself, why is this happening? This is preparing me for something. This is preparing me for something bigger. Sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. If you had a friend and they're no longer your friend and you're distraught about it, that is preparing you for something. Then maybe that friend was only meant to be in your life for 2 years or for 1 year, just so that they could teach you that one thing that is preparing you for the rest of your life. So even though you may be sad about losing that friendship, be grateful for the lessons learned and understand that. That's what's really going to keep that smile on your face no matter what, because at the end of the day, happiness is key. Be careful how you're talking to yourself, because you are listening. And I really love that quote because it just really brings me back to positive speaking about yourself. And I feel like sometimes we can be our biggest critics. We can be the hardest on ourselves, you know, and we can also talk ourselves out of a lot of things, a lot of opportunities, just because we think that we can't do it. So be careful how you're talking to yourself, because you're hearing it, you're listening. And it's just like what I was mentioning earlier. If your mind is not there, you will never get there. So if your mind is telling you that you can't do it, then you can't do it. Straight up, you can't. Be careful what you say to yourself. Encourage yourself. Love yourself. Push yourself. And that's what's really going to propel you to where you want to go. The next one is believe in the unbelievable. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. And I know we've all heard those two quotes, but the reason and why I love it so much is because it's so true. People have a way of thinking that things are impossible. That will never happen. So how impossible is it? How unbelievable is it? Is anything really impossible? I don't think so. And I feel like that's what I'm talking about when I say don't limit yourself. That's limiting yourself, thinking to yourself, nah, that's impossible. I think in 1809, they would have thought that it would have been possible to sit here in front of a camera and then upload that and stream that to the world. They would have told me I was crazy. They would have said, girl, have you lost your mind? You go back in time and tell them that, you know what, in 2016, I'm able to talk to my TV. I'm able to touch my TV. I can GPS on my phone and it will map me to wherever in the world that I want to go. What they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you it's impossible. And that just proves that nothing is impossible. Time and technology, creativity. Anything is possible. My only competition is to be a better me than I was yesterday. I feel like, especially with like social media and all these reality shows and all this type of stuff, everybody's like trying to compete for what the other person has. It's too much. I don't want anything anybody else has. Nothing. First of all, I don't know how they got that house, car, man, wife, nothing. I don't know what they're doing to get that. They could be working their behinds off 24/7, or they could be doing something they don't even want to do to get that, you know? So you never know. Don't judge anybody, and you don't try to be like anybody. You just try to be the best you that you can be. What you did today, you try to do a little better tomorrow. What you did in 2016, you try to do a little better in 2017. Only competition is the you that you were yesterday, is the you that you were last year. That's the only competition. We just trying to progress in life. That's pretty much it. Trying to compete with anybody else or trying to be like anybody else is not the route to progressing yourself, because that's taking time and energy. It takes time and energy to focus on somebody else's life. It takes time and energy to focus on what other people's have. You could be using that time and energy for you. I choose me, and I hope you choose you too. I'm just saying. That pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking with you guys. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Follow me on my social medias. And man, I love you guys. I'm going to talk to you guys later, all right? Mwah. Deuces.